Alright. So we're back in Old Garlean. No thanks to the internet disconnection. It wasn't down for that long. It could have been worse. It honestly could have been a whole lot worse, so I'm happy to even be back. Yesterday we had a disconnect that lasted several hours. This evening it was like half an hour. A bit less. It's good. It sucks, but it's good. Could have been worse. I'm really disappointed that these power cuts and internet issues have gotten so much worse now that I wanted to start on Endwalker, but what can you do? So, you may remember we were busy doing a little tour of the city. We're going to bring Graha with us again. Yes, we shall continue our exploration. Come with me. Thank you. Fantastic! It did save! Oh, perfect! That's exactly what I wanted. I wonder if they're going to take me to Journey's End, whatever that is. I'm assuming we'll go everywhere, okay? I'm assuming we'll go everywhere. So I'm going to go up this side now. And then we'll just continue where we left off. Fortunately, I didn't take a 9 or 10 or 12 month break between Final Fantasy sessions this time. It was just a couple of minutes, you know? This time I'll actually remember what's going on. That guy's very blue. Wow. I'm not sure I'm such a big fan of the day music here. But it's still kind of nice. Also, I didn't expect there to be snow. Which is... Yeah, I mean, okay, I knew there was snow coming. Because we looked at the weather lady. But, like, I didn't know snow would be a weather option here for Garlean. I didn't expect that. I thought Garlean was a little more like Mediterranean. Yeah? So, we discussed the water features. I'm not going to do it again. Basically... oh god, okay. If I can't give a recap of it, boom, 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 then I didn't read it well enough. This is the Nymphemium, an area dedicated to the blessing of water. Right. For Garlean's, water represents more than life-sustaining liquid. It's a reminder of the Great Flood. Yes, okay, I remember it all now. Okay, it may have just been 20 minutes ago, but still, it's possible to forget when a nerd starts preaching. Okay, yes, it's possible. Okay, so the reason you see an abundance of fountains throughout the city and a propensity for utilizing water as a decorative feature in our architecture. That's the reason. Okay. So it's like to honor the struggles of the flood and also, you know, water. It's kind of important, dudes. Right, so there's another one? No, it's just this one up here now. This grand structure before you is the Rostra. The name refers to the original public platform erected here, upon which a forum of elected representatives would deliver orations and debate policy. Although the stage has since evolved into a council chamber, the nature of the forum and the duties of its members remain largely unchanged. Am I boring you, Raha? You seem awfully distracted. My apologies. From here, one can see the entire city spread out below. The vista has put in my mind the arrival on the 1st. For those who gathered at the Crystal Tower asked me how they might go about building a new home. Naturally, my answers were all inspired by my knowledge of the finest settlement I could think of, the great city of Garlean. Bit by bit, those few buildings grew into a town, a community, the Crystarium. I can almost see its echo. I see. Feel free to come up here whenever you wish. I don't think the councillors would object to you simply enjoying the view. Such memories should be treasured. For now, however, we must carry on with the tour. Our spectacle of sightseeing concludes with the fittingly named Journey's End. Walk down the stairs to the east and continue straight ahead. Wait, what about the other side then? The Studium and Tranquility, whatever that is. The whole city before us. You know, there are actually, now that... Is that safe? Now that he mentions it, there are actually similarities, yeah. Like, I'm seeing a lot of similarities between this and the Crystarium. Honestly, I was enjoying the nighttime viewing, but like, I guess this is fine. I guess this is fine. There's no talking points. Interesting. This neighborhood is home to the highest echelons of Garlean society. Never did feel comfortable enough to wander these streets on a whim. These streets right here? I mean, there's like one street. Also, yeah, there's a lot of open space, isn't there? We arrived at Journey's End. History tells us that this was where those who put ashore with Archon Nunkrepf built their first homes. In the present day, it serves as the residential district for the most important officials and the oldest Garlean families. You'll see that one mansion is clearly larger than its neighbors. That estate belongs to our friends from House Leverrier. All things considered, we should probably keep our distance for the time being. And with that, we bring our little Garlean tour to a close. I hope it's proven to be entertaining and enlightening. Now, should we head directly to the Baldesion Annex? You remember the way, don't you, Raha? Let me think. So, west, we head down towards the harbor, cross the bridge to our right, then follow the path below the Aetheryte Plaza. Correct! After you, Lumen. No. No. I'm going this way first. I'm guessing this is House Leverrier. There are so many people just like wandering the streets, dude. I love it. The Leverrier Estate. Oh, there are talking points. Yes! Okay. I'm enjoying them, so yeah, why wouldn't I want them? I mean, it's an okay house, I guess. I kind of prefer mine back in the Goblet, but it's okay. I guess it's okay. I love that she's like, oh, we'd best keep our distance for the time being, and then I can just like wander in. Oh my god. Well, at least I can't go into the belly of the beast. I can just wander into the foyer. Hey, welcome back, guys. Hello. I'm sorry once again about the outage. I explained at the start that, yeah, I mean, I'm hoping things don't get worse. I explained basically that we're having issues because there are power cuts consistently throughout the day. The exchanges are just not handling it. Basically, the generators and the batteries and whatever else they have as backup just doesn't seem to last. So, if I finish Old Garlean new to you, then I can start picking up the hunts. I'm keen. Right, we cross the bridge here, and as I recall, stick to the path, and be careful not to end up back in the Aetheryte Plaza. Kyle? Garlean's full of educational and research institutions, but there are still professors who prefer to establish their own private practices. Not that I ever attended the exclusive schools they run in these residences. Perhaps the twins could tell you more about them. Well, they're not here, are they? I'm reading all the chat. Dude, I need to immerse myself. Also, there aren't that many. It seems like we're done. Yeah, this place definitely looks better when it's not snowing. Hey, gasp, he lives? Yeah, man. Shit. Somehow, some way, I persevere. I am, however, expecting another cut. I just don't know. I just don't know anymore. It was our entire internet connection. It wasn't just like, you know, the VPS I streamed to or whatever. The entire connection. Everything just died. Alright, we're still missing these three. That is kind of weird. I missed the rostra. You have got to be kidding me. Why did I not get that one up there? Kidding me, dude. When I go up there, I can check which other one I'm missing, but I think it's that one, this one, and then... which other one? Dude, you know what I find a little weird about Garlean? Is that it seems that they are like sort of high tech and like everything's supposed to be like pretty advanced and stuff. But then like, I don't know. The city itself just seems kind of like a little village or whatever. In some ways. Not in all ways. Hey, Gaelic Nord, what up? Yo. Nice to see you. I don't know. There's something about it that seems small town. Maybe that's the idea. Maybe it's like all the trees and the greenery and stuff. Maybe that's why it feels kind of weird. Dude, that is like a really sharp... Dude, like, you'd think that they'd like try and smooth this out a little bit and not have it like... Oh my god. Okay. Let's go. Begin the rostra quickly. Did I get to live a year state? You just sent a petition to visit Shiva. You hope it doesn't take too long. What, do you have to like sign up for papers? How does that work? Oh, it's just the studium still. Okay, we're good. We can go this way to get there. Yeah, man, it's like us visiting Garlean. They're gonna ask you what your purpose is on Shiva. Watch out, dude. It's run by the Germans. Kind of reminds me, actually, a little bit of Eorzea. I don't know if it's just me that thinks that, but like, yeah. Eorzea. I'm finding Apocalypse Meow just like chilling, standing around looking like pensive in lots of different areas. I'm wondering why. I could have teleported here. Why? Why didn't I think of that? Oh no. Oh no. Too late now. The joyous look on Raha's face as he has undoubtedly informed you this is the Baldessian Annex. If you continue up the hill, you'll arrive on the doorstep of the phenomenon. But I think we've explored enough for one day. We can take you there another time. Inside with you then. What? Oh, shit, she's actually like pushing me inside. I would have gone up there right now, man. Eorzea is an old Garlean settlement that was quickly abandoned. Okay. And the Gobbies took over. I'm back, and I brought Lumen and Raha with me. Oh, you were right about the ship then. Hello, Graha. It's nice to see you again. And it's a pleasure to finally meet you, Lumen. I've heard many a tale of your exploits. Who is this? Ojika? Ojika Tsunjika? It has been an age. What? Allow me to introduce Ojika Tsunjika, Administrative Officer of the Students of Baldessian. He oversees day-to-day business in the Annex. The Champion of Eorzea has featured prominently in Kryl and Graha's reports. So for me, this is akin to seeing a fabled hero come to life. It's an honor to make your acquaintance. It's me, fabled hero. Places like a second home for the students. The Isle of Val served as our main headquarters, of course, but we often had occasion to visit Garlean. Whether to make use of the city's research facilities, attend conferences, or procure supplies from distant shores. And the annex here was built to provide lodgings for our members while we engaged in such activities. Ever since our former headquarters, along with the isle itself, vanished, the annex has served as our base of operations. Yet, it feels so empty. With so many lost to us, our organization is a shell of its former self. The day will come when we will see the students rise again. But first we must ensure that the Telofroi fall. God, finally they're talking business. Finally. Through that door on the left is the main hall. We can discuss our options moving forward. Is everyone else here? Once everyone arrives, that is. Probably have time to rest before our discussions begin in earnest. I've had a private quarter prepared for you in the Andron, so please feel free to make yourself at home. Ah, the nap rooms. Perfect for an afternoon doze. Spoken like a true cat. Oh, I didn't mean to give you the wrong impression. The chambers are quite well appointed. Far more so than the cheap roadside inn you may be accustomed to. What? 'Twas simply that we were often busy with research or exhausted from journeys abroad that we'd slip into the Andron to steal a few winks, and thus it became known among the student as the nap rooms, even if many such naps might last well into the following morning. Say the word and I'll be happy to show you to your chamber. Hopefully the others won't be too long in coming. I'll wait for you all in the main hall. Sick. Hey, thanks, Bakira. I'll have a look at it when it pops up. Is it Mender? Where are we? Just want to make sure I know. Okay, so we're in this little building here. This weenie little one. Grahatia's just chilling. Do you have papers posted on the walls of your room? It was not unusual for occupants to pin up notes or documents and such, then forget to take them down when they went on their merry way. Sometimes it was quite deliberate, though. You might see complaints addressed to other members or a thank you card for engrossing literature someone left behind. Yo! Juno, who is this? Zivas, is that you? Beloved traditions that I should know better than to dwell upon. If we are to create a future for the students of Baldesion and so many others, we must look to the days ahead. Hey! What up, dude? Your character looks fantastic. Jeez, dude. Very nice. I like your dress, if I could call it that. Oh, shit, dude. Look at the sword. Wait, are you a Dark Knight? Man. Very nice. I like the colors, but the sword itself is like, that's really nice, dude. Very nice. Very nice. Nice to see you, man. Can I add you now? Are you on my friends list? There you go. Welcome to my friends list. I'm gonna retire to my inn quickly. To my room. Ready for a nap? Yes! Clean sheets and warm blankets await. Rest as long as you like. Silver, yeah, man. You would not believe how annoyed I am and frustrated I am by the fact that the internet chose today. Well, I mean, it actually chose yesterday as well as today, but like, yeah. It's choosing now. This is one of the coolest looking rooms I've seen in a while. It's really nice. It's so busy. Like, it could really have you know, not done that. Comfy feather bed, glamour dresser. Everything's here. Everything's here. Okay, let's leave. Let's see what she has to say. We're still on this quest, so... Oh my god! That's a big old map. And there are notes. I wish I could read them. What is that over there? Is that Charlayan? God, fantastic. So good, dude. So good. Feeling refreshed and alert? Our colleagues should be wandering in soon, so I suggest we stay here and wait for them to join us. What is that map over there? Is that the Cloud Sea or whatever?
Pray forgive me. I was delayed.
Oh! Voice acting.
It's fine, Eorzea. We're all here now.
Let's get down to business then, shall we? Come what may, we must prevent the Telophoroi's plans from coming to fruition. At present, I see two paths for gathering the information which may aid us in achieving that goal.
Okay.
The first involves an investigation into the change which has come over Garlean, not to mention the recent inscrutable behavior of the Forum.
They're corrupted somehow. Kryl is just too cute. She's serious business though, right? She and Tataru are like this when it comes to that. You don't take them lightly.
As most of you know, the 99 members of the Forum are elected from the general populace. This alone guarantees a plethora of opinion with regards to foreign policy. The bibliotheques, for example, are a group of conservatives which would have Garlean focus on recording history, while remaining entirely uninvolved in the making of it. And at the other extreme, We have advocates for proactive diplomacy and direct intervention. My grandfather Galef was one such member, as was Archon Louisois. Yet despite our diverse factions and philosophies, the recent vote to deny Eorzea's request for assistance was unanimous.
So they must know something we don't.
Even more concerning was the fact that many cited other, more pressing duties as justification for their recalcitrance.
Their recalcitrance, of course!
Fortuno's refusal in Gridania had those same undertones. 'Twas as if, having stared unblinking into the face of impending doom, he had simply turned away to pursue something more important. But what could that possibly be?
A mystery indeed, and one which I ask for your help to solve. Our future may depend on it. As for our second potential path, it concerns a request made directly to the students of Baldessian. Our organization was founded primarily to study strange and unexplained
That is a really
phenomena
cool
the
picture
world
up there.
over. Mysterious relics and ruins, arcane disturbances, and so forth. Compared to our more isolationist Charlian colleagues, we have strong connections overseas, namely with scholars and academics who share our passion for the unknown. The request in question comes from one such acquaintance, Nadana, an alchemist residing in distant Thavnair.
So these are the choices we have. We
Thamisa
actually get to
describes
go
the sudden
to one of two
appearance the
places.
tower, and the subsequent summoning of what I can only assume is a lunar primal.
Oh my god, that does sound pretty exciting.
In response to this threat, the satrap of Radzat-Han, the individual who governs the city-state, has instructed the alchemists to find a means to deal with the spire.
The artisans of that land are heirs to an ancient tradition, one rather unlike that of their Uldan counterparts. 'Tis possible, nay, probable, that they have gleaned truths unattainable by Eorzea or her Far Eastern allies.
They do, in fact, appear to have a strategy in mind, though it will require further research. To that end, they have requested an introduction to a capable warrior shielded by the blessing of light.
Oh shit.
Assuming
Okay.
we divide our forces to pursue both of Kral's lines of inquiry, then having you join the group heading to Thavnair would seem the obvious choice. But the investigation in Charlian is of vital importance as well. Equal, I think, to the Thavnarian one, given that the fate of the world may hinge on the results of both.
We're gonna have to do both eventually, I'm assuming.
Yes, it is quite the quandary.
We'll do both!
Though it is a great imposition and an altogether too common one, our efforts would be more likely to succeed were you to lead the charge on both fronts.
I knew it. Yeah, shit dude. That's me.
You are indeed our champion. As to which task to tackle first, we will defer to your decision. Let us next decide how everyone else might best be assigned. As for myself, I shall continue what I've begun in Charlian. I should also like to steal the services of an Archon or two.
And thereby gain access to a greater range of reading material. I will help with that.
And Urianger?
Allow me to offer my assistance.
Ah, okay.
I have some small amount of experience in the field of research.
Wait, them as well?
Alize and I would also like to help, if you would have us.
Anything to understand even a fraction of what our father and the Forum might be thinking.
Of course, the more the merrier.
Right. The rest of us will make the journey to Thavnair. Thoughts? Objections?
I passed through Thavnir on my way to infiltrate the Empire, and though I'm not qualified to give a guided tour, I did gain a sense of where things lie.
Fantastic.
I'll be happy to have you along then. So for this group, it will be you, me, and Urianger.
Give me a moment afterwards, and I'll supply you with all the details of Nadana's request. Consider this hall our rendezvous point once our respective tasks are complete. May our investigations prove fruitful.
Just like that, huh? Huge. So, I get to choose. Yeah, it makes sense to do Garlean first. It's closer to home, as it were, where we start, basically. It's closer to where we are right now. And it's something that I technically, I suppose, know more about right now. So, yeah. A wooden chest containing a piece of attire, possibly some chestnuts, if you're lucky. Horses, however, are out of the question. Horse chest, not chest of gear. Oh. Yeah, I'm not gonna open this. That's not necessary right now. So, Kryl is this group. Yes. Okay, let's speak to these guys first. Though I've read much on the subject of rads at hand, the visit will be my first. It will be interesting to see how the Hanish mean to contend with the tower, different as their magical and technological disciplines are. So it's back to Thavnir. Had I known earlier, would have considered more suitable attire. Suitable attire? Was it hot there? Still don't understand how the vote could be unanimous. What could possibly convince them all to turn their backs on Eorzea? Forum's intent on concealing their intentions, then a cursory investigation will avail us little, I suspect. We'll need to dig deeper, with the greatest of care. Our tour of the city was a pleasant distraction. I feel more than ready now to tackle the challenges of the day. The process by which the forum members are elected is fair and equitable. Neither wealth nor social standing offers any advantages to prospective candidates, but, fairly selected or not, Master Matoya still found them all to be insufferable. Yeah, well, I mean... Hid in the books. For Thavnir bound. That is beautiful. It's so colorful. But let's hit the books first. Kryl is intent on uncovering the reason behind the forum's inexplicable behavior. Let's do it. An unsettling change has come over Garlean, but together we will divine the underlying cause for the forum's callousness. As I mentioned before, however, questioning the councillors directly is a fruitless endeavor. They seem to have already come to a consensus that as to what and how little they are willing to divulge, which is why I began scouring Garlean's archives of historical records that I might find a hint of a connection to the final days. Suffice it to say, that progress has been slow. There are so many dusty pages, and only so many you can skim in a day. But now that I have this band of willing reinforcements, the search should proceed all the swifter. Let's reconvene outside Numenon, shall we? Exit the annex to the right and you'll find the archives on the western edge of the woods. See, I find it weird that there are woods here in the middle of old Garlean. Dude, these images are amazing. Like, that's really cool. This is obviously some concept art or something from the game. Or whatever. I love it, man. Oh, I can actually accept both? I'm not going to. So, ooh, nighttime. There comes the music. I want to check quickly. 82's bloodwetting. There's nothing on 81. Yeah. Upgrade raw intuition to bloodwetting. Yeah. And then enhanced nascent flash. Extend duration nascent flash and dash and glint to 8 seconds. Grant stem the flow to target, reducing damage taken by 10%. Yeah. Okay, it's this way. So we do get to come this side. I was wondering if they would send us here. Oh! Oh. Oh. There are side quests now. White-in woman. Who's she peeking at past here? There are side quests now. Amazing, dude. Amazing. I'm gonna have to check them out. I mean, I definitely want to do the hunts. I just want to unlock it so that when I go out of the city... So I'm gonna do that before I leave the city, for sure. When I go out of the city, then I want to be able to sort of... Yeah. Save them for the next job? Probably not happening. As is always the case, I am certain this is the final job that I'll ever level. You know how it is. It's Beavis. Okay, now I have to look what he has to say. Are you familiar with the Wandering Minstrel? Tales he spins never fail to engage and enthrall. What I wouldn't give to receive a masterclass in storytelling from the minstrel himself. The way the story is told, Ribera, in your opinion, to only do Thavnir while the group here investigates the majority of the Charlayan without you. Just from a story flow. Maze, are you saying that this whole section here that we're about to do now is sort of It's like as in this is like it shouldn't have been here, it would have flowed better without it, is what you're saying. Yeah, Beavis and Butthead. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Why would they put this here, if not to hide a secret? Okay. Kryle, what's up? But seriously, if I do side quests, chill. My directions were easy enough to follow, I hope. In any case, we stand now before the doors of the Numenon, Charlayan's greatest collection of books and tomes. You mean the library? This building is actually only an entrance, and one of many that, for the archives of Numenon extend deep beneath the surface like roots of a tree. The vast halls of the great Google Library pale in comparison to the Numenon's endless maze of subterranean chambers. Any citizen of Charlayan is free to enter and peruse its shelves. Most of its shelves. Only Archons are afforded access to certain restricted vaults. I've dispatched Istola and Raha to investigate those. Meanwhile, LSA and Alphino will help me continue my search through the stacks open to the general public. Your status presents more of a problem. As a non-citizen, you're only permitted to browse the first floor, here at the entrance. Even so, there should be a number of books which touch upon Charlayan history or foreign policy. Your task will be to find and study the relevant publications. I promise you, a working knowledge of those subjects will make far easier to spot the sort of clues we're looking for. Let's be about it, shall we? I've told the others to meet us at the stone benches over there once they've found some promising tomes. Happy reading. Could have been told as just a recap later, but it's a good story section anyway, setting things up. I agree that there are always situations in games where you could have sort of, you know, removed the control from the player and just sort of boom, 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 bashed it out in a cutscene or whatever. But with stuff like MMOs, story and world building and stuff always takes time. And the more time you spend immersed, I think for a lot of people, the better. Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, and I'm not really needed here. I think, honestly, that's what it comes down to, right? Is that, and that's where I would agree with you, is like, that they actually need the Blessing of Light in Thavnir and not anywhere else, really. Oh, this is fantastic. Look at this place, dude. Endless indeed. I get that. I get that. Title of the spine reads Story of Charlayan. Read the book. Oh, fantastic. Long, long ago, on an island in the Northern Sea, there lived a Rugadan man named Nymphemium. Nymphemium was a student of astrology, and he divined that a flood of terrifying proportions would soon sweep over the lands of Eorzea. So it was that he built a gigantic ship, assembled a crew, and set sail for that imperiled realm. The flood arrived as foretold, and to their horror, the strangely churning waters drove the people toward the ocean. I was there. However, that Nymphemium's crew hauled them aboard his ark, but the danger had not passed. A towering wave approached, threatening to smash the vessel to pieces. With only moments to spare, Nymphemium wove a mighty spell of teleportation and shifted the entire ship to safety atop Abalathia's spine. Refugees from the surrounding regions huddled there alongside them, but it was not long before disputes over the dwindling supply of food led to violence and bloodshed. Saddened by the sight, Nymphemium gathered to him his crew and his grateful passengers and abandoned the ark to those reddened peaks. Yeah. They journeyed to the coast, where they built a new ship intent upon returning to the northern seas. They landed on a beach off an island and settled upon that very spot. The settlement prospered and grew, and in time became the city of Garlean we live in this day. That's good lore, you see. This is like the Noah's Ark of Final Fantasy. Roads of Old, the colony. This one might not be as interesting, but let's see. Many years ago, on the banks of the Thaliak in the Dravanian hinterlands, a Garlean colony once thrived. The settlement was originally established as a mere outpost to study the ethereal sea in the year of 1311 of the 6th Astral Era. Scholars dispatched to Eorzea found facilities wanting, and their demands encouraged a gradual expansion of the structures and services. As rumors spread of a growing community of academics, the area was further inundated with Eorzean students hoping to share in the renowned wisdom of the Garleans. 50 years later, the Forum passed a motion to recognize what had become a flourishing town as an official Garlean colony. Eorzean residents took calling the colony itself Garlean, which led to no small amount of confusion when discussions turned to the subject of the motherland. In response, some Garleans, if pressed for a name, would simply refer to it as Emporium. Following the exodus, however, goblins and treasure hunters claimed for themselves a corner of the abandoned colony and gave it yet another name, Eorzea. The following chapters go on to introduce the most prominent features of Eorzea. The book does not appear to contain additional information of the Forum or uncover the history of the Garlean motherland in greater detail. Oh my god, there are a lot of books here. I might be making a mistake. Granville. I'm rather in the middle of something. If you wouldn't mind leaving me to my research, thank you. Thought there might be like a relation to grandson. Voice of a Growing City. In the years which followed the founding of Garlean, civic policy and other matter of import were decided at the Ecclesia, a public forum at which every citizen was able to speak. As the city population grew, however, this format became increasingly impractical. The larger number of participants gave rise to even longer debates, resulting in significant delays of vital resolutions. Various measures were introduced in an attempt to curtail protracted discussions, but in the year 201 of the 6th Astral Era, it was ultimately decreed that the Garleans would transform to a new form of governance. The nation would now be led by a body of 99 members, citizens chosen from amongst their peers by means of a nationwide vote. Thus, the forum as we know today was conceived and created. How is that relevant? How is that one relevant? An introduction to the heavens. The what now? Have you ever gazed at the skies above and contemplated the mysteries contained therein? I speak not of shifting cloud patterns, but of the vastness beyond, of the sun and the twinkling tapestry of the night. Some think the dome above us to be a finite space, yet amongst the leading thinkers of our age, one scholar's depiction of a boundless sea of stars has firmly taken root. Alas, this heavenly sea remains an unreachable, unknowable destination. There are few indeed who can explain in satisfactory detail why our own star is believed to revolve around the sun. It was the technologists of Alag who came closest to understanding the laws which govern that starry abyss. It was they who launched Dalamud and sought to expand beyond our earthbound existence. Having read of their ancient ambitions, I wonder, has your interest in the field of study waxed or waned? What if I were to tell you that the eternal constellations were arranged differently in the distant past? Their positions continue to shift almost imperceptibly, but measurably as we journey into the future. Would it shock you to learn that the stars drift further and further apart, and may indeed do so forever? Are you eager to learn more? The book is on the wrong subject. Search for works which contain details on the forum. Oh god, it's on the wrong subject, guys. Okay, false alarm on that one. This is the real one. No, wait. Forever 20 Summers, this is not the real one. My beloved seekers of knowledge, have you ever put learning before your health and neglected to feed the rest of your body as you should. I too once engaged in such foolish practices, but one night, engrossed in philosophical study, I had an epiphany. For all the world's mysteries that drive us to reckless abandon, we have so very few years of life in which to achieve our goals. Thus do I share with you this mantra. I am forever 20 summers young. The number itself is unimportant. It could be 19 or 23 or 40. Whatever age you are when you discover this manual, let that be the age you aspire to remain. Okay, through mindful, healthy living. Though mindful, healthy living will extend the time available to spend upon your chosen research, another day, another moon, another summer to grasp the greater truths you pursue. In the pages that follow, we will explore the secrets of maintaining one's physical condition from a biological, aetherological, and arcane viewpoint. Amazing! It's on the wrong subject. You don't say. You don't say. Honestly, it's fascinating, though. Stewards of Wisdom sounds good. This sounds like one that it could be. During the chaos of the Sixth Umbral Calamity, Archon Nymphemium, founder of the Garlean, bore witness to the madness and savagery of men brought to the brink of despair. Upon raising a settlement on an island in the northern Empty, he instructed his people thus: renounce the ways of war and pursue enlightenment through knowledge and reason. The Garleans took to heart these words of their savior, and thenceforth served as stewards of wisdom. Upon a foundation of accumulated knowledge, they built a homeland unlike any other, a nation born from strength of minds rather than strength of arms. With the knowledge of economics came shrewd trading. With knowledge of agriculture came bountiful crops. Engineering brought wells and sewers, ending squabbles over water. Wealth of expertise could be bartered for wealth in coin. Yeah. And the more their wisdom spread throughout the world, the more mankind as a whole would thrive. And so it was that no matter the trials and tribulations of the age, the citizens of Garlean would live by their founders' teachings. For the sake of a better tomorrow, for the sake of a brighter star, they would eschew the tools of war and, with knowledge, deliver the world. You've gained a fundamental understanding of Garlean history. Oh, head outside and rendezvous with your companions. So now imagine that you could have spent about 30 seconds gathering all of those. Yet here I am spending 30 minutes reading every single book. But you gotta sort of keep in mind, you'd leave here with nothing. You wouldn't know about the constellations and how to treat your body good to stay 20 summers young. Yeah, such vital information right there, guys. God. Where are these benches? This is the destination. That's cool armor. No, so that's it. I do enjoy the lore. Of course. Sorry, were you waiting long? I'm a quick reader, what can I say? I wanted to make sure that I'd borrowed at least a few promising volumes. Alphino and Kryl should also be along shortly. I was delayed in a similar fashion. As far as I could see, no titles in the Archon stacks mentioned the final day specifically, so we have no choice but to start with the tangentially relevant tomes. God, what a difficult word. So they're relevant because of tangents. Jesus. It's just difficult to say. God, try say that, everyone. All 20 of you here right now, try say that word. God damn. That's a tough word. If they even that. At present, the plan is to skim through as quickly as we dare and share our discoveries as we make them. Would have been nice to invite everyone to the estate. Plenty of comfortable places to read and a ready supply of hot tea. But you're not allowed. Oh, I was always quite fond of reading outside. But it's not about the little pleasures, is it? You miss your home. It's been difficult. After our arrival, we managed to speak with one of the family servants and ask how things were. It seems our dear father has instructed the staff that even Alphino and I, even if we were to return to Garlean, we were not allowed across the threshold. Wow, really? Screw that guy, man. A harsh measure indeed. I hope that our efforts to understand his position and that of the Forum will perhaps lead to a reconciliation. We'll mend the rift one day, I'm certain of it. And what of you, Graha? Have you been able to visit your family, or do they not live here in the city? He mentioned that they were on the Isle of Val. My situation is also somewhat complicated. I was raised in Garlean, yes, but I was born rather further away. In the southern reaches of Ilsabard, in fact. For generations my people have dwelt in Corvos, the coastal region opposite the Isle of Thavnir. The Allegans founded a city in that fertile land, and by ship brought the subjugated tribes of the Mikute to serve as laborers. Oh my god. Of course, the massive earthquakes from the 4th Umbral Calamity brought an end to the Empire's reign, and when the 5th Calamity froze the seas solid, many of the tribes still living in Corvos braved the journey back to Eorzea. My ancestors, however, chose to remain that they might prevent remnants of the Allegan technology from being misused. Isn't Corvos under Garlean rule? Ah. For the past 50 years, yes, some semblance of local culture remains, as is the case for most imperial provinces, but Garlemald renamed the region to Locus Amunus. When I was a boy, a nearby town came under jurisdiction of the illustrious imperial family, the nobles of House Darnus. Darnus, that name sounds familiar. House Darnus demonstrated a singular interest in Allegan civilization, and so my tribe was forced to consider a plan of action. For some time already, voices had been raised in favor of abandoning our ancient customs. After all, the Allegan Eye no longer passed to our eldest children as reliably as it once had. Fear of discovery eventually tipped the scales, and the decision was made to bury our ties to the knowledge and traditions of Allag. As the last child born with the Allegan Eye, I was given over to the custody of friends of the students of Baldessian, who had me registered as a Garlean citizen. I never even considered. Forgive me. It was an unkind question. I'm gonna get near ugly. Hold on. Okay, he's in. Even Thancred was taken in by Archon Louis Choix, was he not? Stories of adopted waifs and rescued orphans are more common among Garleans than you might think. Yet regardless of our origins, we all provided with an equal opportunity to learn, and with sufficient perspicacity. Really? We outsiders can even earn the vaunted title of Archon. He has the tattoo. 'Tis exactly why I have such a love for this country, and why I wish to remain a nation, of which its citizens can be proud. Here, another good reason to get to the bottom of the Forum's stubbornness, aside from the trifling matter of our impending doom. Excuse me while we try to make headway into these books, Lumen. More companies should be arriving any moment now. Are we going to talk to them as well? Oh, we wait again. There are others better suited to poring over old history books, so I thought I'd try my luck with more recent events, if I can find anything better inform of the Forum's battling behavior. What? What else do I know about Corvos? Precious little, I'm afraid. I've not returned since Master Galuf first brought me here. I can tell you that Corvosi rebels still seek to slip the yoke of their Imperial Masters, though the fighting is far less fierce than it once was. Oh, and they have carpets. Flying carpets. Legends are quite extraordinary. Flying carpets. Yeah. Sure. Here we go. We've returned with our selections. Although I must say the pickings were quite slim indeed. Mistress Kryl has already flicked through every history book devoted to disasters, and more than a few which barely made mention of them. As such, we'll be looking into the research papers, the Umbral Calamities, as well as the articles written by prominent forum members. Perhaps their knowledge of the final days comes from an unexpected source. Speaking of which, might I ask you a few questions related to the final days? I'm the only one here who didn't witness the events of Amarot firsthand, and I fear I may be overlooking critical details. Go ahead. Be my guest. Why thanks. Now where to begin? Please don't let me actually answer them. First things first, what kind of phenomenon did the ancients encounter as the final days grew nigh? Oh no. Oh no. A complete destabilization of creation magics. Primals of unrivaled power were summoned from the aether. Worst kind of phenomenon you can imagine. I believe I can answer any way I like here. I'm going to answer in that way. I just want to say what... Dude, I can't. Well, that certainly is an accurate, if somewhat ambiguous impression. To expound upon that explanation, the unfolding catastrophe wrought havoc on all manner of life. The chaos extended to the ancients themselves. God, oh my god. Oh my god. What a nerd. Just let it lie, man. Let that answer be. Oh my god, causing their powers to spiral out of control. Fear and despair manifested in terrible, tangible fashion. Meteors raining from the sky, fire erupting from the ground. Indescribable abominations prowl in the streets. Those were the final days. That more or less aligns with my understanding. If only the arts of creation had survived until the present day, we might have had some substantial to analyze. To the best of our knowledge, however, the techniques were not preserved or passed on. Ishtola surmises that the closest known magic to that of the summoning... what? Is that of the summoning of primals, promulgated by the Asians. Was there aught else of note which heralded the approach of the final days? My eyes drawn to the third answer. So the entire star was engulfed by disaster all at once. They say it began with the kneeling sound. A keening sound. Keening sound from the land itself. And then, Alphino, you can answer this one. Dude, I can't. These are fantastic. You get this one. Me? Well, as you wish. The Omarantines were debating the cause of an anomaly which had been observed in the lands across the sea. By this fact alone, we can deduce that the final days occurred not all at once the world over, but rather had a point of origin from which it began to spread. Others spoke of a keening sound rising from the land itself, before a region was visited by catastrophe. We never heard the sound ourselves, of course, thrust as we were into the midst of the madness. Yeah, the expansion pack, and I mean, I feel like Final Fantasy in general is a lesson in higher grade English, and I think that specifically because we are here with the scholars right now, they are going to actually sort of, you know, raise the bar a little bit. So the ground was crying out, you say, to be considered the harbinger of doom. It must have been quite a distinctive and probably quite loud sound. I'll have to speak with one of the Numenon's mammoths and ask after any books which make mention of such a sound. Last but not least, would you describe how the ancients sought to quell this unprecedented calamity? What definitive action did they take? They summoned Zodiac, they summoned Hydaelyn, they knocked Dalamud from the sky. Oh, they summoned Zodiac, didn't they? They summoned Hydaelyn, didn't they? Wait, they knocked Dalamud from the sky, didn't they? God, I don't know, dude. I have no idea. Yes, with Elidibus serving as his heart. So many gave themselves in sacrifice to bring him into being. We do not know exactly how Zodiac brought salvation to the star, only that by his godlike will were the laws of nature set aright. Then, once the balance was redressed, the ancients offered up a further sacrifice to heal the ravages of the final days. Lives sprouted anew, and it was these fledgling souls they intended to render unto Zodiac a trade that would have allowed them to resurrect the shades of loved ones absorbed by the Primal. Or might have, had Venet and her followers not manifested their opposition in the form of Hydaelyn. Thank you both for the detailed review. I feel much more confident now in my understanding of events. With all of that freshly in mind, it does make me wonder what the Telophroi truly mean when they speak of bringing back the final days. We've seen what they're doing with those towers of theirs. Is forcing people to summon primals a kind of catalyst? Are they attempting to mirror the conditions caused by the unstable creation magics? Or are they simply using the final days as a figure of speech, a convenient metaphor for the scale of destruction they plan to unleash? But it's all just pointless conjecture at this stage. Let's return to our attention to the forum, shall we? We should keep an eye out for Y'shtola, but it's time we began studying these research papers. Okay, so Y'shtola arrives next. I said this before, and I said this actually a few times. This game alone made me so much better at reading and just processing large amounts of text. Hey, thank you so much, Zivas. Go well, man. Like, my reading improved so much when I started on Final Fantasy. By the end of it, I was born anew. Able to boom, 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 you know? With the best of them. Okay, we read that already. Trial. Hello? It's really comforting to have all these dedicated assistants on hand. Right then, enough chatting, more reading. Where's the others? There we go. Many forum members are also researchers or professors. If they know aught of the final days, then that knowledge might surface in their writing. That's my hope anyway. Juwa. Cool shades, dude. Cool necklace as well. Cool pet. Cool everything. There she is, it's Mom. I'm the last am I? Well, my extended search of the Archon stacks produced 1 or 2 possibly useful books. But I wouldn't get my hopes up. If you recall, Eorzea learned of the source's reflections from the Girun oracles. For its potential to cause panic and confusion, that tome was deemed apocrypha and sealed away in the Great Google Library. 'Tis even less likely that knowledge of the unsundered world, not to mention the horrors of the final days, would be left sitting on a shelf for any curious scholars to find. It stands to reason then that my colleagues, be they archons or counselors, should perforce be largely ignorant to the subject. Yet when you confronted Master Fonchino with the knowledge of the Telophroi and their machinations, he scoffed at the suggestion that they posed a threat. He seemed adamant that the forum would know if the final days were truly upon us. Which only supports the conclusion that whatever privileged wisdom is guiding the forum's behavior, it's being kept secret from the rest of the nation. Yeah, they're hoarding secrets. Not that I mean to excuse myself from reading duty, whether they contain mention of the final days or no, these books could yet hold something of value. You weren't thinking of leaving, were you? There's plenty of work for everyone. I mean, I was just gonna like this. I'll get a, and then I'll start, and yeah, I will stay. I'll read. Don't worry. Slow pan up of the city. You labor for what it feels like an age as Y'shtola's research assistant. Okay. Thank you for your help, but I think I can manage the rest without your assistance. If I were you, I'd steal a few quiet moments for myself. Oh dear, you look exhausted. But what about your studies? Were you able to find any books on the subjects I mentioned? Yeah, I mean, sure. Then the day was well spent. Should you wish to read them again, a mammoth at the reference desk will point you in the right direction. For the moment, though, I suggest we take well-deserved rest. We might be occupied with our research for quite some time. I was about to say, where the balls is the next quest? Okay, those are boots. I need to just check, and then the second something pops up that I actually need, which won't be these, I'll actually open it and sort of, you know, equip it or whatever. Your efforts to gain Gra Tia's attention go unnoticed. He appears to be lost in his reading. I found naught of interest so far. I think Ustola might be right about not getting our hopes up. Thank you for your help. Yeah, okay, we're good. Let's go. Well, Kryl, hold on. Huh. Well, I did find one paper focused on the world before the advent of the first Unblock Calamity, but it reads something like a work of fanciful fiction rather than an actual academic supposition. A seat at the last stand. Oh my god, we're going out. Ready for a tea break? I know I am. Honestly, my neck and shoulders are going to calcify if I don't stretch my legs and walk around a bit. You know the last stand down in the harbour, don't you? Come, meet me outside near the tables. I'll treat you to their coffee. It's quite good. Fantastic. That's what I've been waiting for. A date with LSA. I'm going to get this one quickly over here. And so we have unlocked them all. You've treated yourself to all the 18th Shars and Old Charlene. Okay, the last stand. The harbour. The heck? Oh, this little guy. Okay. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the daytime theme here. So before they have us leave the city, I will do the hunt quest over there to make sure I've got it unlocked. The water is a nice color here. Hello, LSA. You pick a table. Busy as ever, I see. How very Charlean that no other gourmet cafe has sprung up to compete for customers. Actually, this crowd gives me an idea. Before we place an order, why don't we ask a few questions and gauge the mood of the city? I'm interested to hear what the average citizen has to say about the Telofroi. Might even learn something new. Worth a try, don't you think? Thanks, Sedana. Don't worry. Please. I have every intention. LSA is now accompanying you. Keep her at your side in order to proceed with all objectives. You can leave her behind by entering a different area or by speaking with her and selecting the option to part ways. So this is the same as with Graha. And there'll be talking points again, right? No. Zidana, I even threatened earlier to do side quests. I don't know how well that went down, but I did threaten. Okay. I threatened. It's a threat. It's a real and present threat. Pirondia! What? What is it? Can a man not enjoy a moment of private respite? If you're looking to share a table, then I respectfully request that you look elsewhere. You dude, you understand. We're simply wondering if you knew of the Telofroi. These enemies of peace have promised an end to all we hold dear and... Wait. You're that House Leveilleur girl, aren't you? And this woman with you is obviously a foreigner. Well, I heard you were disowned for helping outsiders indulge their barbaric whims, and here you are, giving truth to the rumor. I'll thank you to leave me be. I've naught to say to the likes of you. Well, I must apologize. 'Twas foolish of me to expect an ooze, an ons even of civility from one so enlightened. Come, Lumen. He does look a little enlightened, doesn't he? Do all the side quests in Redacted? Is Redacted Thavnir? They've got the shell here as well, like the Aetherite. Is Redacted Corvus? I didn't look at the map yet. Where's the next one? Oh, it's over here. Oh, it's over there. What the hell? Wait, is this all the same restaurant? Damn, it's a big place. This one looks like she wants to talk. Yes, I don't believe I've had the pleasure. Pray excuse the interruption. We were hoping you might share your thoughts on the Telofroi and their unconscionable plans. My goodness, if it isn't the young Miss Leveilleur. My apologies, but I work in the offices of the Forum, and if word reached Master Fortunel that I was helping you... I see, sorry to have bothered you. She's going to meet us outside. Do not wish to give offense, but your companion's well-known figure in the city. Never know who might be watching. Oh! Dickon! Side quests are not premium content. Anything with Endwalker Premium. Welcome, madame. What can I offer you today? Hey! Shit. Wait, is that Mistress Alice I see there? My word. How long has it been? Far too long. Do we know this guy? Meet Dickon, the owner of The Last Stand. I used to frequent his cafe on occasion, in between lessons at the studium. That seems like an age ago. I remember hearing you and Master Alphino had set sail for Eorzea, but then you never came back. Lately, there's been gossip about your father disowning the pair of you. Is everything alright at home? No, it's not. It's complicated. And I hadn't expected complete strangers to be so familiar with our situation quite so quickly. Everyone has an opinion, it seems. Well, it is House Leverrier. No matter how discreet Marcia Fortuno might have been, news of your family's doings never stays secret for long. Things being what they are, what brings you back to the city now of all times? We have questions, and only Garlean has the answers. Tell me, Master Dickon, have you heard anything about an apocalypse called the Final Days? What, like the end of the world? Nothing like that, I'm afraid. And that's what you're here for? To find out information on this apocalypse? Yes, whatever we can. Unfortunately, your patrons appear to be unwilling to speak to me. I wish there was more I could do to help. Maybe there is. You're a visitor to Garlean, aren't you? He's going to dress me up and have me serve them. Then few will know your face. You should be able to pass you off as a server with none the wiser. Oh my god. We just finished preparing a few orders. Strike up a few friendly conversations while you're setting down the food and you might get the answers you're looking for. There we go. Not a bad idea, I hate to ask, but what do you think? Leave it to me. That's the spirit. Pay attention now and I'll explain where each of these dishes needs to go. The tea set is for the chatty group sitting by the water's edge. The omelette is for the regulars, a Highlander by the name of Gisla, sitting at an outside table with a friend. Behind her you should see the Mikote gentleman. He ordered the oven-baked lobster. Got that? If you're not sure, just ask again, I'll explain. Good luck. Free labor obtained. Do I get to wear the suit? Oh, no, I'm just going like this. Oh well. The chatty group. Take the tea. Oh, my tea set. How lovely. Thank you. The for who? I'm sorry, I've never heard of them or their final days. My friends and I are somewhat uninformed when it comes to current events. Now, if you wanted to hear about ritual arcane practices or the 6th astral era, common or esoteric, then I'd be happy to talk your ear off. No, I mean, no. Thank you, Hammer Tot. Okay. Gisla! Yo! Gisla 2! Yo! You guys ordered the omelette. That is a fat omelette, and there's like something big in the middle. Ah, finally! 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's dig in. No time to waste. Is that rhyming? What? The Telofroi? Ah, yes, I remember seeing that name in the latest Gazette. That and some grand claim about the end of days. Some old scentless warmongering. When will these fools grow tired of spilling each other's blood? Best stay out of it, I say. The forum made the right choice and I fully support our decision to remain neutral. Okay, it's probably best to speak to this person then. Hopefully they'll tell us something. Smitu Tia. Urbane banter with a smile. Take the lobster. At last, the oven-baked lobster is mine. You have no idea how long I've scrimped and saved and suffered to afford this heavenly dish. Final days. This is the first I've heard of it. Although that would explain why my friend's been rushed off his feet. Must be a busy time to be a gleaner. A what now? You don't know what a gleaner is? They're collectors of sort. Travel the world procuring things that we haven't got here in Garlean. Priceless books, unusual live specimens, and so forth. So named for those who trail after the reapers in the fields, pick up every grain which was missed. Aye, by all accounts, gleaning is a most meticulous and demanding profession. So if these Telofroi make good on their audacious threats, then many uncatalogued rarities will be lost forever. Why else would the gleaners be buzzing about in such a frenzy? Watch the harbour, and you'll see what I mean. They're carting loads from the docks each day. It's never been this hectic before, not like this. Hectic. Is that a word that people actually use? I thought that was like a South Africanism. Huh. Okay, let's say I've heard about the gleaners at the docks. Let's go back, where we all started. Any trouble with the customers? Were you able to get anyone talking? Yeah, I heard about the docks. We should go. Interesting. They seem unaware of the final days. Aside from whatever vague news the gazettes are printing, even Dickon had nothing to offer. And he's the best source of gossip in the city. So if the Forum does have secret knowledge, then they've done an impressive job of ensuring no one whispers in the wrong ear. In any case, thank you for playing the part so well. Here, the cup of coffee I promised. Thanks. No, I didn't think that we made up the word hectic. It's just hectic, my brew. Exactly like Deathcore says. It's like, it's such a South African thing to say that, you know, it's not that anyone made it up. It's just that it's very popular here. Like literally, I will hear it on a daily basis, and I didn't know if it was popular or actually something that, like, I can't even think of an American accent saying the word hectic. I don't know, like, just, yeah. But let's enjoy our drinks somewhere else, shall we? Maybe behind the peristyle, away from the gossips and their wagging tongues. The peristyle? Oh, I do say. That is a fine suggestion indeed. Where the shit is the peristyle? What even is a peristyle? Oh. Dude, what the... Oh my god, it's back there? Oh, okay, okay. This is nice, I guess. Are we gonna stand and drink the tea? Yes, this should do nicely. Out of the wind, out of sight. Okay, man. Oh, cute, man.
When our father disowned us,
voice acting.
I couldn't believe what I was hearing. It wasn't until much later that his words began to sink in, that I began to feel the weight of what it meant.
My character's a good listener.
Do you remember when the decision was made to come to Garlean? Graham said that the Forum was determined to keep us in the dark, and that Father's venomous performance was part of that strategy, to keep us at arm's length.
Yes. Maybe someone's got their finger in the Garlean pie, and the Garleans are powerless to say no. They can't say no. Maybe someone has been threatened. Something has been threatened. Their way of life might have been threatened.
Perhaps it was. Father argued with Grandfather on many occasions, but never with such dismissive contempt. And when he demanded what justifies the sacrifices we make in war, I honestly didn't know what to say.
The greater good.
Neither did Alpha know, I know, but never for one moment did I believe we had made the wrong choice. So all I could do was fume silently. It was only afterwards that I realized how childish I had been. How being stubborn and self-righteous must run in the family. If I could have just mustered a civil response, then things might have turned out differently.
There! There! That's what we're looking for. We should hop aboard. Just like that, we forget that the conversation even happened.
They must be ferrying goods to Labyrinthos.
Labyrinthos. What now?
A vast complex beneath the island.
Oh, okay.
Garlean is famous for archiving knowledge from around the world. Well, that knowledge is not preserved exclusively in dusty tomes and desiccated samples. Our living library, comprised of all manner of flora and fauna,
Oh shit, that's
is
cool.
housed and studied
That's cool.
within that underground facility.
I wouldn't be surprised if Labyrinthos then is a dungeon.
Still,
That makes so much
did
sense.
Seemed to be an unusually large shipment. When I lived here, it was rare to even see such cargo transported by boat.
Well, we just heard that there's been an influx. That's it?
Didn't you hear something in the last stand about the gleaners coming and going more than usual?
Yes, exactly.
Well, I think they're the ones we saw manning those boats. And gleaners answer to the Forum.
Okay, wait, what are we getting at here?
If the appearance of the Telophoroi prompted this sudden burst of activity, then Labyrinthos may hold a clue as to what the Forum is planning.
What she's saying is there's finally something actionable. Something we can do. I love that LSA is always the one to go for it. Always. And I'm here as the warrior of light. Just like, hey, you can count on me. I got this. Oh, shit. I'm sorry. Dismira asked for it, so. Labyrinthine Descent. LSA is excited to share your revelations. Okay. I'm halfway through my level, man. We should tell the others what we learned about the Gleaners. Go on ahead to Numenon. Numenon. I'll join you in a moment. Master Dickon will want his cups back. Jesus, there she goes. LSA is a woman of action, dude. I love it. I love it. She doesn't fart around. She doesn't beat around the bush. Doesn't mince her words. She just goes. Goes. There's a J-Clan. Sedana's here so I can point out Jargo Soma. Cool. The Studium. That's it. The spelling's exactly right. Yeah. Welcome back, Lumen. Been for a walk and cleared your head, have you? Yeah, you could say so. Not exactly. What? We did some impromptu investigating and turned up information on the Gleaners. Yeah. Check us being useful. Take that, nerds. I also feel like if you look at this group, LSA is the most likely to say something like, take that, nerds. I want her on my team. It makes sense. The Gleaners take their requests directly from institutions and bureaucrats. But as you say, they ultimately answer to the Forum. A sudden and significant increase in Gleaner traffic and cargo certainly gives the impression of an overarching plan being put into motion. Let's see what theory we can build from the facts. As Ishtola observed earlier, Numenon's archives appear to contain no information concerning the final days. Coupled with what Lumen and LSA learned at Last Stand, we can be reasonably sure that most Sharlayans know nothing about the particular period of ancient history. Yet my father and his colleagues are not only familiar with the final days, but are also somehow certain that the destruction being perpetrated by the Telophoroi is wholly unlike those apocalyptic events. Moreover, the Forum claims to be so occupied by a duty of such pressing importance that they saw fit to unanimously deny Eorzea's request for aid. It's like the 4th time in the last 2 hours that we've been told that section of information. And now the Gleaners, official agents of the state, have been mobilized on an unprecedented scale. I do not think it's a stretch to conclude that the Gleaners' recent activities are in service to the Forum's secretive ends. Yeah. In which case our next course of action seems obvious. We visit Labyrinthos and assess the situation ourselves. If we're lucky, the Gleaners will be far more receptive to our questions. A fine idea. What do we expect down there? Anything would be better than burying my head in another dusty book. What do we expect down there? Dusty book, let's say that. I'm playing the part. I understand not everyone is the studious type. Consider this a welcome change of pace then. She's so diplomatic. As for myself, there are a few subjects I would like to research. I may join you later, but feel free to leave me behind. Leave behind your borrowed book on your way. I'll see to it that it's returned to its proper place. That'd be a great help. Thanks, Raha. I still don't understand why she calls him Raha and the rest of them all call him Graha. Why is it just her that says Raha? Is she, like, much more important somehow, or what? Let's head down the stairs over there. I'll show you where the entrance is. Raha's his name? Yeah, but they say Graha. They say Stola. They say... Oh, it's a close friend thing. Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, if you're familiar with them. Are you saying the rest of them are not familiar with each other? Huh. Ready? It's not too far from here, but you may find the path a bit disorientating. I'll take the lead, so stay close. Follow and try not to fall behind. She sets off at a brisk walk. Brisk! Okay. Shit. She sets off at a snail's pace. Is more like it. Try not to lose me. Now we run. Try to keep up. Oh my god. That's much better. Oh my god. Yes. Keep to the path. Straight ahead. Yeah, I almost felt like I was about to get lost there for a second. Oh my god. We crossed this bridge. Come on, dude. Up here. Even her animation seems a little weird. God, dude. I love it. Wait, what? The Rostra, not too far now. I know a shortcut. Here we are. Through this door and down the stairs. You did remember to tune to the shard back there, didn't you? It'll make your life much easier if you need to come back in a hurry. Otherwise, we should keep moving. And now she's just gone. Oh god. Can I go inside here now? Oh shit. Oh shit. Hey, is this the place from the cinematic? Cool. It's the roastery. Look on the walls, there are reflections. Is this RTX on? I find it really strange that we've still not actually found our way to the first zone yet. You knew? It'll take me a while to check all these, so you go on ahead. What? Oh, hey, there's proper lighting on these carts. The cart like this that you can put in your garden, in your home, is missing lighting. It's like all like pale. Chocobo Keep. Hold on. Well, mate, might I interest you in a Chocobo Porter? Ah, don't tell me this is your first time visiting this stop. I shall update my register with your name so that you may access this in the future. This location in the future? Okay, thank you. Lift operator. Is this going to take us somewhere cool? Hello, my friends. I've not been to Labyrinthos in the longest time. Even as a student, my visits were few and far between. You didn't take the wrong turn at the roster there, did you? I doubt the forum would take kindly to you barging in on a private session. How did the forum learn of the final days, and exactly how much do they know? More to the point, what do they intend to do about it? Hopefully the answer to at least one of those questions lies below. So, I'm assuming this is either an area or a dungeon. We're all here now. I've taken the liberty of securing permissions for our group's descent. Everyone, onto the lift, down we go. I'm not sure if it's a dungeon or an area, but if it's the latter, I'm totally cool with just going there immediately. If it's a dungeon, I don't know if I want to do it right now.
Deep beneath the scholar's city shines a false sun within a fabricated sky.
Holy crap, that's cool. Wow.
In any age exist those who consider the floor an extension of their bookshelves. And this false architect surely belonged to that special breed.
Fantastic.
If the stack grows too high, start a new one. If no room remains, then make more rooms. A simple solution at first, and then bit by bit, a profound transformation.
They have everything here.
Knowledge, buried beneath knowledge. A growing, creeping labyrinth from which there is no escape.
The Northern Empty. Labyrinthos. Dude, fantastic. Listen to that nice music. Why is it so pleasant sounding?
Not what you expected.
I must admit, the artifice is very convincing. But I assure you that we are beneath Garlean itself. The breeze you feel, the flowing waters you hear, all created by the hand of man.
We're in a damn cave. Look how fantastic it looks.
The island is volcanic, you see. And once upon a time, this great hollow must have been a reservoir for magma. It was discovered some 400 years ago, at which point it was repurposed as a storage facility for scrolls and samples and such. Renovations have continued, with nigh on no interruption to this day, with the lower levels still undergoing expansion.
Aren't those people gleaners?
Oh, we can ask them.
Aye, judging by their dress. They are said to work alone as a rule, but 'twould seem that rule is being enthusiastically broken today. It may be as you suspected, that they are engaged in a task apart from the norm.
Let's spread out and get some answers then.
Amazing. Are there going to be fates and stuff here? Oh no. She's having an echo.
Did you call to me just now?
What? No. Oh god, is it Heidelin? Is she here?
How odd. I must be a bit dizzy from the descent. I'll be fine, I'm sure. Let's get to work, shall we?
Scratch your head. Dude. I didn't even scratch my head. I'm just like, yeah, okay, that makes perfect sense. What a fantastic looking area. I dig it. I love how my ear of my axe, of my helmet is through the axe. It's perfect. It's exactly right. So this is actually an area. Oh my god. It's actually an area. There are fates. Although that's 88. Oh my god. So they stuck with the, like, the initial thing that they had, like, in was it, no, okay, well, Lakeland wasn't split, was it? In Shadowbringers, where they split some of the zones, if not most of the, was it most, or was it, well, I'm always just thinking of Armor Ring. Like, I remember Armor Ring, you came in there, and then it was, like, low-level stuff, and then the other side, on the other side of the mountains, was high-level stuff. It's a similar situation to that. I'm actually going to go straight back quickly, and I'm going to go and do the hunt quest, because I need to know if there are hunt targets here. It would be foolish not to do the hunt targets. Who's over here? Oh, that's the lift operator. Let's go. It's usually a split to separate the crowds on release. Yeah, but like what I was talking about was more so the zones that are split into a lower level part and a higher level part. So like in Armor Ring, for instance, and I remember there were two different ways to do it in Shadowbringers as well. I remember, but in Armor Ring, the zone had like this one half that crept down to the place where Alisei was, where the sick people went, and then there was the other part with the mine tracks and the like the mines, and then that little settlement over there, and all that stuff on the other side that was higher level, and you only came there later. So yeah, so I might have gone to Thavnir now, or come to Labyrinthos now. You know, either could have been happened right at the start, but both of those zones are most likely split in two, and I only come back for the other part later. The hunt for specimens. Do my eyes deceive me, or you Lumen Lumi? That's me, yeah. Well, as I live and breathe, it is you. Huh? I knew I'd be the first to track you down. Who's the guild ship's top hunter now, eh? Wait, you have heard of the guild ship hunts, yes? They are not so different from the hunts you're familiar with in Eorzea, as I understand. I'd wager they're rather more challenging, but an adventurer of your caliber would never turn down a challenge, would you? No, you wouldn't. Pray speak with Northota at the Peristyle to register your interests at your earliest convenience. Northota, you say? Dun 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 dun. I'm seeing some really cool armor. I'm seeing a lot of people in the guild Panda. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, I'm Northota. You come to place a bounty on an unruly beast? No, I'm here to pick some bounties up. By the scholar, you're Lumen? I was half convinced I'd set the others on an impossible task, asking them to find you. The Gleaner's Guild ship has begun posting hunt bills, you see, in the hopes that capable individuals will take up arms to lighten our ever-increasing load. Unfortunately, capable individuals remain the sticking point. Few hailing from our fair polis are willing to take up arms, let alone stand against the more fearsome specimens. You, however, have the experience and the grit we need. When I heard that you arrived on our shores, it was music to my ears. You don't need to work for free, of course. We've done our research, and the rewards we offer are as fine as any you'll find abroad. The currency we employ is a relic of times when the Gleaner was a great deal less figurative, so you may find it somewhat eccentric, but it's good as skill here. Speaking of eccentric, it should be noted that the majority of our clients are scholars. You probably won't have heard of half the creatures they send you after, but not to worry about that over much. Slay beasts, collect samples. Try not to think about the long-term effects of touching said samples and get paid. Simple, no? That being said, I wouldn't dream of throwing you in the deep end just yet. Let's have you start off with some junior marks so you can get your feet wet. Hunts now accessible. You're now permitted to take bills for junior marks from the guildship hunt boards in Old Garlean and Rads at Hand. Defeat monsters described in the bills and you'll be rewarded with tokens that can be exchanged for exclusive items. To exchange tokens for exclusive items, speak with either Jackshai in Old Garlean or with Vilmeta in Rads at Hand. New quests will become available from Northoda and Old Garlean upon reaching 83. Okay. The 33rd facet, Labyrinthos. The Hamsa Hatchery, Thavne. The medial circuit, Labyrinthos. And the perfumed rise, Thavne. Garlemald. I think you accept all of them. And can I, where do I spend this? Oh, here we go. Oh. Oh. A minion. Miscellany. 3,200. What the hell? Wait, is there any... Is that it? Oh, this probably expands, right? I was gonna say, like, why is there no housing stuff? Also, how the hell do I have 277 of this stuff already? Oh, it's sacks of nuts. Oh, wait, what? Aren't there different nuts here? Oh. Okay. I mean, sure. Oh shit, did I forget to get the, I think I forgot to get the aetherite. I did, didn't I? Yeah. It's fine, I'll go get it now. I never even looked at my book. They give Crystalline Conflict every week now. For the last while, it's been Crystalline Conflict every week. Also, these seem to be increasingly difficult to do if you're not doing, like, this content. Like, there's no 80+ stuff here. It kind of pushes you out of your way to do these ones. Interesting. Oh, there is no aetherite here. Okay, that's fine. That's alright. Excuse me, are you a gleaner? If you don't mind, I have some questions to ask. Okay, I don't need to speak to her. Erenville. There's someone in a regalia. You here to help or give me more headaches? Because you don't have the look of a gleaner, and I'm in no mood for idle chatter. One of my colleagues was so exhausted he took a tumble and crashed into a pile of crates, and I have to pack up marmots running loose. Your exchange with Erenville has taught you about the exhausted gleaners. Okay. Still yet to engage in combat. Let me think. The Ria seed should be item 1058, cumin seeds 159, snowberry 160, or were they 161? Ugh, my head feels like it's stuffed with moko grass. Why more loads to take out than carry in? Why do all this? Why do this all at once and risk mixing it up? What if someone mistakes Quirthin carrots for the Chiribanian carrots? What then? Your exchange with Tiev has taught you about large shipments coming in and out of Labyrinthos. So at the same time, that's messing with people. Dobbin! You know what I'm doing? Well, I'm hauling books and ore and fauna. If it needs hauling, I haul it. Every decade or so, they take stock in Labyrinthos. You know? Sort, tidy up the inventory. Never seen an operation like this before, though. They just did one a few summers ago, even. Then, with no warning at all, this mess gets dropped into our laps. Orders from high. Damned if I know the reason. Could be that they're changing the layout, preparing for the next big expansion. Okay. They're taking stock. Cool. You can see my unique bonnet for today now that you're on the big screen. It's all thanks to the woolly beanie. Ah, you're back. What tales did the gleaners have to tell? 3 things here. Ishtola's just enjoying the view. So this grand operation began without warning, and for every item they bring in, they send in more inventory somewhere else. That would explain the haggard faces I've been seeing. We were right. The forum is definitely up to something. They turn in Labyrinthos upside down in the process. What is she doing over here? You want a pic of me in my beanie on my walk tomorrow. You still don't know if you believe me? I literally wear it all day. Sure. I'll take a photo for you. Just because you asked so nicely. That's beautiful, man. They have really learned something new. The performance in this expansion has just been like phenomenal compared to how it was before. Nay, I'm not shirking my duties. I've not been down here in an age, and I wish to get my bearings before I went bumbling about. From what I can see, however, there's naught obviously out of place. It all seems to... we'll have to resort to discreet inquiries as usual. Yeah. So this is really cool, whatever this is. Are there any... There's an enemy. Okay, so there are enemies down here. Amazing.